Today we're going to use our bag of supplies to make a candy lei. In your bag you have one cellophane tube, 12 ribbons, and 10 pieces of candy. First step you want to do is take a piece of ribbon and go to the end of your tubing, about maybe 4 or 5 inches in. Take the ribbon and tie the end off. This should give you a good starting point for when you put the candy in. It's always good to double knot it so that it'll stay put. Then you take one piece of candy and slip it in the other end of your tubing. A little tricky. Slide it all the way down to your ribbon. Once you have it in here, there's a couple important parts that you're going to need to take note of. It's important as you put each piece of candy in to save about the same amount of space between the ribbons. It should be about 3 inches between each ribbon. So when you tie it, you don't end up with tiny pockets or maybe big pockets. We want about equal size of pockets for the candy, no matter the size of the candy. So double tie it. Now you have your first candy space, and you're going to keep on doing that throughout the whole thing, just measuring out to make sure you are saving about the same space each time. So once again, I'm going to make sure it's about the same space, even though this candy is a bit bigger. So I take my ribbon, tie my space, so I've put all the candy in. I've tried to save about the same amount of space between each ribbon portion for each candy. If at one point you accidentally make it too short, make the next one a bit longer so that it balances itself out. And then as I got to the end, I realized there was only 9 pieces of candy in this because I had some of the kids put the candy in. So I just put another piece of candy. So you might want to check your amounts. You should always have 10 pieces of candy. It's important. We don't want them to be too short, then it'll be hard to get around the ladies' necks as we put them around. When I finished, I had 2 long pieces of plastic at the end. So now I want to take these 2 pieces of plastic and overlap them from ribbon to ribbon. And I'm going to take a piece, my last piece, my 12th piece of ribbon, and tie it right in the middle to tie them together. Again, double knotting each one as I go along. So I have quite a bit of extra tubing that's here. You don't want to trim too much, but it would be good to trim a little so it doesn't irritate the woman's neck who it's on. So I take my scissors and trim just a touch off. Last step is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go through and try and curl up my ribbon up just a little bit so it looks just a little bit nicer. Once you're all done with that, you're complete. You have a completed lei to go around the ladies' necks. I think it looks great. Thank you for your help, ladies.